Let's try to zip through things. Okay. Well, call it though and do it
Why
attendance.
don't you get the meeting going here? I'm trying to pull up the agenda. I'm not in the office. Okay, call to order. Did you take roll call already, Jenny?
307. Go for it. Howard
Okay.
online. Umi in person. Richard online. Jenna in person. Ginny in person. Brian in person. Kimmy in person. Jonathan in person.
Okay. Review the agenda. Do we have any changes to the
Nope.
agenda?
Nope.
Okay. Do we have any minutes from last time?
We do not. That one took a little bit more of a finagling because of the executive session.
Okay. I guess we don't have a treasurer's report.
Nope.
Okay, correspondence. I don't know if you sent anything around.
I sent the thing for USDA announcement and the district manager job description. So that hasn't been updated since yesterday yet. So
Okay.
Is the USDA announcement the one from yesterday?
yeah,
It was just like official.
that was the
That was about the IRA specifically.
I
right?
think it's someone said that was climate smart ag, and it's different than the IRA.
Okay,
It's
so
part
it was
of it.
specifically
Yeah.
climate smart
Yeah.
ag.
So if you had a climate smart ag contract or agreement or grant, then it's getting reviewed in those criteria or what they're looking at.
It's specifically for partnerships too. Like if you, because it says on there in the article, it had the acronym has a P in it, so it's like climate smart.
And any partners
something.
with their climate smart,
It's so it's
which is
so IRA was like 19.5 billion or million, something, I don't know, it's a lot. And I think so. And so this was part of IRA, but not all of it. And so this was more agreements.
So on a meeting I had today with some national guys on the NCDA board, they noted that if your agreement was one that fell into this announcement, that you should be getting an email or a contact to say whether you are or are not accepted in the coming week. So
and that includes yours. Yeah.
That would be the
And the
HA51
guy.
yeah. But anyways, okay, that was it though.
Okay. New business NRCS report, Jenna.
I emailed it in. I'm just waiting for it to be pulled up.
Here, we are gonna share so that they can see it too.
Can you get bigger so I can see it, please? Maybe if you turn your laptop because yours is closer. All right, so oops. So staffing is still on hold. That I have no estimation as to when it's not going to be on hold anymore. Same as last time, PA lost 20% of our workforce. That's the only hard number I have right now. There was a second round of deferred resignation. So some people took that. We don't have official numbers yet, and then there is going to be a restructuring and probably a reduction in force in the next few weeks. And then potentially again at the end of September, they're looking to cut from nationally from the state to, I believe nationally, from the state to the field office level, up to 40% of the staff.
This is just the street and field level, I mean,
So
it's not better or
so
higher up. You know?
They want to cut a lot. They're going to cut nationally also, but what we were told was from state down 40%. So I don't know what the other, levels or what percentages they're going to try to cut.
I mean, 40% is
That's a lot.
They're trying to cripple the industry for
Like
it.
what, 30 or 40 people?
They,
It's not gonna have money. They're like, you're not gonna have money anyway, so you might as well not be here.
yeah, it was, John and I did the math, it was like 35 people-ish.
In the PIA,
Yeah, that's our
Would-
estimate.
like more or including the ones that already.
So from round one that people left, we were sitting at around 80, 90 people. Up to 40% would take us down 35 positions.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then some of those people came back because a judge ruled that they were allowed to come back. But that's not totally through the Supreme
The
Court yet.
probationary route.
Yeah,
I believe the Supreme Court ruled last week
that it was okay.
that it was
right?
okay to
But that,
fire the probation.
but that hasn't trickled down to us.
Oh yeah,
as
they
far
sent
as
it
what
down to the
do.
because they sent it down to the lower courts again.
Oh, did
They
they?
have to they have to make the final.
Our policy though hasn't been affected yet, like our who's staying, who's going,
Yeah.
we haven't gotten official word. So we have about 11,000 people nationwide, and they said maybe like 7,500 they want to cut.
That's more than.
That's more than half.
That's like 60%.
Right, I think we figured like 68 or something. It's so that would mean a lot of
Support
not,
staff.
yeah, not like state and above state.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't know, we don't really know. A lot of it is like, I don't know if anything's really super concrete, because we were told up to 40%.
Anything.
A lot of it is like, reading articles. It's not official policy.
Mm-hmm.
And then, we did lose 2 people, so we're losing Carla, the PSA who was on Oahu that we were sharing, who she was cut in the first round, and then Jonathan took the deferred resignation, so he's here to say goodbye and to kind of give you his story.
Yep, so with up to 40% cuts and based on how my tenure was, I was 2 days before getting cut as a probationary.
Mm-hmm.
So through bumping replacement or cutting based on tenure, there's a really high chance that they're going to take me out. So I can take myself out instead. And if I get to buy myself some insurance to stay on the island for a few more months, that's better than being cut with a paltry $1,000 to say, go and fight for yourself. And I don't like how it happened, but I'm making good with the hand I was dealt, and we'll go from there. But thank you thank you. It's been a pleasure, and we'll keep having fun.
Yeah, and I have to commend Jonathan on his attitude, because it was not an easy decision, but he's not just sitting there doing nothing. He's gonna do everything he can to make sure his clients are taken care of and ready to hand off by the end of the month. Still helping out as much as possible. Not, it was really commendable.
Well, yeah, yes, the writing's on the wall. If more people gotta go,
Yeah,
it might be the best move. Because what is the deferred resignation come in?
So deferred resignation program, I get placed on administrative leave April 30th, but then I keep full benefits, full paycheck through September 30th.
Yeah. So that looks like they're right.
yeah, and he's in good standing, so if I mean that will help with finding other jobs. If in some universe we're hiring again and wanted to come back, we'd be in good standing. So okay. On to farm bill programs. Thank you, Jenny. Sorry, it's not a good way to transition away from that. So done. So for round one, we had approximately for both equip and CSP combined, we had about 20 applications selected for funding. That includes the regular Farm Bill funding as well as the Inflation Reduction Act funding, which is on hold. Those people were still selected. And as soon as NRCS gets the go-ahead to release those funds, we can let people know they've been selected. However, we don't know that that's gonna happen. It could also be, hey, these funds are not gonna be available, in which case those people would just roll over into 2026, along with the people who just weren't selected with any funds. Round 2 ranking deadline was last Friday, and they haven't selected any. They haven't announced any selections yet, but there wasn't a lot of money, so we may not get any selected.
Who selects JB's team? Or-
Yeah, the programs team, which it falls
programs
under
team?
JB.
So Corey's team,
No, Corey's partnerships.
partnerships. That's right. Programs.
Yeah, programs is that guy Nick. Do you remember him?
Yeah. Okay.
He's programs, so his team. Yeah, so round 2, maybe we will get 1 or 2, maybe not. IRA, like I mentioned before, active contracts can move forward normally. And I have processed a partial payment on an active IRA contract, so it does go through. And then other good news that I got this Monday is that the Kevin, our engineer, the last of the fiscal year 23 designs are going to be completed this week. And then he'll work on the fiscal year 24 designs. That's how far behind we are. I mean, and he's no slouch. He's
No,
doing
that's
work.
good.
That's just, and then the other good news, they haven't officially said when his travel has been approved, which dates, but there's a new process for requesting travel, because at first it was just none. Now it's like limited mission critical travel. So some of what was requested was approved, so he should be here a day in early May and a day in the end of May, and we're gonna keep switching things up for June, July, August, September. I'm gonna meet with Kevin's gonna be out June and July, so I'm gonna meet with the person who's gonna come in June those months next week. After Friday is our big deadline, so I'm gonna take some time to talk to them, and then Kevin will be back in August. But that's really good news, because yeah, it's already hard enough not having him.
How often does it? So this is gonna be his first time this year, and he's coming for not fiscal year, but
Calendar year,
Calendar
yeah,
year.
because last time he was supposed to come was right after they said no more. And then I went on the visits and I had my work phone and I video called him.
yeah,
Just
that's
like
how he's getting info.
turning the camera and showing
And I'll send you pictures.
information and yeah, but I mean, it's
Yeah,
tough.
that's we only have one.
And not on our-
More and more,
Yeah,
more and more is falling on planners. It's like with Carla's position, a lot of that is falling on planners and myself, and then engineers. You know, they're like, oh, can't you get like approval for that and blah blah blah, and so I was just kind of like
Are you gonna be going in that more?
to explain
Okay.
the planners planning, so at least with the admin stuff, get that off of their plate.
Oh, it's still doing-
Yep, still going. It's like, I mean, you've heard it enough, because you could do it. The last little bit is the office space update. Nothing on digital file or digitization of existing files or temporary space. Last I heard, the move in will be spring 2026 at the earliest.
I mean, digitizing the files. Who could pull the trigger on that? That's expensive.
That would be NRCS, or maybe I think it would be, so not NRCS specifically, but FPAC.
Mm,
GSA is more building space, but
Mhm.
FPAC is like an umbrella sub agency between all of NRCS or all of USDA.
uh-huh.
So it's NRCS, FSA, and ARS.
Oh,
And then
Sorry, we only have Richard for a bit here, so.
right, but that doesn't
For some reason, I thought you were
Um,
done. In my mind, you're done.
I know, I'm sorry. Yeah, where are we? Nothing. I have nothing. What I told the directors yesterday was I'm a big fan of writing letters.
Yeah.
So, I know you guys have written a lot of letters, really jaded because you don't really.
I don't think anything's
Yeah.
gonna speed up spring 2026.
I,
That's as close as we've
Well-
ever been.
it's as close as I've heard that for like at least 4 years, out of 6. But the thing is, I'd like to keep it at spring 2026.
Mhm.
Because you've been here. It's been a year and a half away for 6 years.
Yeah. No, JB's gonna. He knows. He knows.
Yeah.
They all know. And when we talk again, we're gonna bring it up again, and he knows.
Yeah, and Astor knows it's a problem,
Yeah.
nationwide.
Yeah.
And then, I wanted to give you guys a personal announcement. I am gonna be taking leave end of August for about 3 months, because I'm gonna have a baby.
All right.
Wow.
So, what do we expect then? Are they gonna send us a replacement?
I have no idea. Right now, the Kona DC and I act as each other's backups. So when she takes leave, I cover there, but it's all just remote, and usually it's only been like a week at a time. I could see them asking me a lot because it's a short enough flight to just come over. So it's like an easier ask as far as money goes.
Okay.
They could ask Devin to be acting for 3 months.
Mhm.
Then there's just no SoilCon. I've been the only NRCS person in the office for at least a year before Genoa switched over way back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, congratulations. Hopefully.
Jenny?
Okay. Maybe we were gonna ask or say anything else. So last month the Kauai districts had a meeting with Umi and Craig. I had 2 NCDA board meetings, also an NACD, NCDA Pacific Region meeting as well. We had the NACD TA grant subcommittee meeting 1, and then a SWCD district manager subcommittee meeting. And then the NACD outreach subcommittee. This is the new term for the new president for NACD, so it is a new group. But I'm still participating. Planning wise, I had planning follow with 7 clients, 2 site visits, working on 5 checkouts and practice checkouts, and then complete 1 plan, working on completing 6.
Just lock that sign. Lock those 2 doors.
Oh,
On the sidewalk.
it's oh, can they see that?
Yeah.
No, they
No,
can't.
not until
These
you
guys
gotta
can't.
reshare it.
Okay. And then cap contest, we're setting up a outreach meeting for the week of May 5th. It'll depend upon a room that we can get from the college. So we'll do that for a teacher outreach meeting. And then so the letters will be sent out once we know for sure the date is for that.
I talked to the EV Kua, Director Josh. I don't know if you know him, but yeah, he would be interested, at least with Kawaikini.
Cool.
And then we could probably convince him to do a Waimea High School one too. If we can't find somebody at Waimea High School.
Yeah, the one I forgot his name now. All of a sudden, Greg. He's never really wanted to do it or get involved.
Greg's on autopilot right now, waiting for retirement. But their botany teacher might be interested, but botany's different.
I know, but it does. I mean,
yeah,
we had environmental teachers who were
it's an
interested,
extracurricular, right?
yeah,
You just need a
exactly.
coach.
Exactly. You just need someone willing to take the time.
Yeah.
Cool. Thanks, Umi. So yeah, so we'll work on contacts and getting the letters out and such forth. So we'll contact you guys as well to help spread the word. So poster contest is still home is where the habitat is. That stuff won't happen until August. So upcoming, working on a few of our grant reports. We've had several meetings, of course. Feral swine site visit's gonna be a big focus in the next month. And still working on NRCS project wrap up and handoff and district, how-to documents and conservation specialist job description, so.
Okay, is that it?
For me,
Alrighty, thank you.
I'll keep mine nice and short. In addition to some of the stuff that Jenny had spoken about, I was past 3 weeks as part of 4 different Farm Bill programs. I was part of a high tunnel checkout as well. Completed 2 feral swine site visits as well as 3 Farm Bill site visits, and had a bunch of meetings like Jenny had previously said. And we're also in crunch time to try and get some of these contracts done by this Friday.
The second round contracts.
This is obligation now. So everything's signed and done.
So next, everything that was already signed.
Yeah.
To just interject real quick, basically get it all off of our plates, so the next people can
To the
decide,
next
can like
people.
actually officially put the money,
Mhm.
take it from application.
Alright.
So our final stuff.
Kimmy?
okay, for my district workload, I uploaded the first 2 meetings on March on YouTube, which is part of the Sunshine Law, so that is good that we're abiding by that. The website is up to date, so if anyone needs any latest informations or updates, you guys can start directing them towards the website. I moved all of district's outreach material to the storage, so we're using it, and also had to do away with some molded materials, but that's okay. For the cap and poster contest, I compiled the principal list and prep to send out the letters of what Jenny was talking about. So we're on a good track for that. For the annual report, the outline is done, only the outline, I guess you can say like a sample is done, so you guys can see it if you guys would like to. For my NRCS workload, the first bulk, I can say, of the DMS uploads are done. There will be more, she told me will be more uploaded this week, so I have to get back into my federal computer, and also did some ethics ag learn training, but yeah, mostly annual report, DMS uploads, and what I've been working on.
Okay. Sounds pretty good, Kimmy. Any questions for Kimmy? District manager position?
Yep, we had a meeting as well as sent out emails. I don't know, Umi, if you wanna share any thoughts from that meeting.
No. Do I need to say anything?
No,
Don't force yourself. Yeah, if there's nothing to say, there's nothing to say.
Okay, so I did get some feedback, mainly a couple errors to fix. One more change regarding training to be added in there. And then East Kauai voted to accept it with those changes, just the description. And then the discussion came about to do an internal posting, going that route first. And then if that doesn't work, then posting it publicly was kind of the next steps. So, yeah. So, I did send it to you guys. I don't know if you guys got your chance to read it. With the exception of one change with adding training. That was the only change for East Kauai. That was basically the final draft.
What was their change exactly?
Adding making sure to clarify training coming from NRCS districts, so on and so forth, including that part.
Okay,
Working with the DC.
okay. Well, I'll make a motion to accept the district manager
Job description.
job description.
Second,
All those in favor, say aye.
aye.
All right. So
And then what
approved.
about the discussion on going hiring internally first?
So that, I think we were setting up, honestly, we said we were just posting it internally first.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, first we were gonna set up a meeting, but the other thing we also do is just need to make sure we got the logistics cleared for like supplies and stuff like that for that position, so.
And also,
Resources.
where they're gonna be, because there's two things to think about,
Mm-hmm.
space,
Mm-hmm.
but also, daily management activities.
Mm-hmm.
And so, a big part of the job description is being a supervisor.
Mm-hmm.
So making sure there's a
With the
presence,
people in the office.
yeah, making sure there's a presence, but also being mindful of the limitations of the space.
Okay. Yeah, definitely a top priority for us, I think, right now.
So I will send out an email to do further discussion. If we feel like we need to set up another meeting, we can, but kind of set it up from there.
Like, what is the next step for
Posting
that?
internally if any of the three, there's only three of us.
And when can we get that posted?
It's not gonna, I'm not gonna officially post it. It'll just be emailed with you guys saying the consideration's there and then go from there.
And have like a date, right? To
Yeah.
say,
Okay,
resume
for
by-
any, yeah.
And then go from there.
Combined meeting.
Yeah, we recommend, or through discussion yesterday, thought that maybe we could either combine the May meeting and June meeting and just do it earlier. We talked about having it June 3rd, I think is that Tuesday here at NTBG with the West Quay hosting. If you guys are open to that. NTBG has already said that the room is available.
How can we get Eastside to show up? Get keychains or something?
Food?
Food?
Yeah, no,
I don't know if food will bring
I
Eastside.
some of them do try
Voting
coming,
tickets.
because like
Yeah, I
Craig
know,
likes
I
to
know.
try and Ed
Craig
tries
does.
to come, but
Right.
after that, it's kind of mixed bag.
The directors can ride with us if they want to ride.
And now that
Rent a party bus.
we have Kimmy,
Well,
Kimmy can
people still.
Kimmy's able to send emails every day now, phone calls every day, reminding them.
It's not the reminder, it's just that
No.
they just don't, they
No,
don't
too
come.
far.
Has nothing to do with the reminder.
I thought it was more.
Except for Ed,
Right.
Ed's someone you gotta call. So if you guys are okay with the June 3rd as an idea and just combining May and June into one combined meeting. It would be 2 o'clock, so giving us 2.5 hours,
Photos.
and it would be definitely push for photos.
Yeah, we got that out.
Exactly,
Yeah, we've done that
Cannot be.
before.
exactly. So
Oh, but I might bring them out.
maybe, yeah.
The right slice is right at the bottom of the hill. too.
Oh, and some pots. And official photo, they gotta come.
Right?
Yeah.
Cinnamon bunny photos.
Everyone has shirts.
I'm working on it. I just gotta get everybody's sizes.
I do have
an
an idea that I had after the meeting yesterday, so if you can remember at the end. We'll get into a little bit of time.
Right, so we set on that May 3rd.
If you guys are okay with it, just, yep.
Yep.
Okay,
And
June 3rd,
Okay.
meeting,
June 3rd or May 3rd?
June 3rd.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Do you guys still wanna have your May meeting? In addition to the June 3rd meeting?
what is the reason for combining the May and June?
Just because we were trying to get a picture before mid-June, and May it sounded like a lot of people were actually gone on Easter.
Oh, that's nice.
So it kind of, that's where it morphed into a June.
Yeah,
So
Okay.
a lot of people are gone in end of May.
I think, I don't know, should keep it on the agenda for now. I mean, if we have a light meeting, we can always cancel it.
Okay. Keep my meeting just in case. Okay.
All right. Well, it is kind of close to the, I see what you're saying. It's kind of close to the May meeting. Yeah, why don't we just cancel May?
Yeah,
This year is just going so fast. I cannot do this.
I know.
Like, we're not talking about May all the way down the line.
Right, no,
Next month.
Yeah,
yeah.
2 weeks.
Okay.
All right, cancel that. Cooperator agreements, conservation plans, do we have anything?
Nope.
Standing
So
committee
you have
report.
that, like, in the foreseeable future.
Yes,
All
in
So-
hopes.
right.
Oh, I guess there is one.
Oh, am I signing?
Yep.
this?
Yeah.
You can also say who it is if you'd like. I guess there is one, Howard, sorry.
There is one, Alicia, how do you say her name?
Yeah.
Alicia Enborn? Enbom. From Hanapepe. What is that? Orchard land. 0.43 acres.
Make sure you send the district one.
District representative?
Yep.
And what is it?
Today's the 15th.
15.
Oh,
That's
that's big.
Don't remind me.
He's heard of.
And he's
Okay,
got that signed. Okay.
Yep.
Committee reports, do we have anything?
Nope.
Okay. Unfinished business. Umi's term is ending.
We'll work with you in getting your signature, Howard.
Okay. That's a appointed or elected?
Appointed.
Okay.
He has the easy one.
All right. The annual picnic West is hosting.
Yep, you guys have to decide if it's August or September. And we want to discuss locations of where to have it.
August?
No, that's what they
September.
gotta discuss.
Oh, well, maybe not September. August or September.
I don't know if this is more important to any of you, but my estimated due date is the 31st of August.
Oh.
31st it is. Oh, no.
That's a Sunday. We don't want to be on a Sunday.
Others.
I think the main thing is also there's a holiday in September. What is that holiday? The 8th?
Versus labor.
Yeah, I'm also gone for a week in September.
So
August.
August,
The first week or something?
I'm gone this week, so it would have to be the
First 2 weeks.
the 2nd, 9th, 16th. And that's it.
I'm gone from the 9th
So
to the 14th.
the 14th. So we have the 2nd or 16th.
Oh, I'm gone for the 7th.
You're what?
I'm gone from the 7th to the 14th.
We have the 2nd and the 16th left, unless you push into September, which would be 13th, 20th, or 27th. Nope, I'm gone at the end of that. So the 13th.
September, I'm gone in September.
Okay.
August or not. August.
So August
Early.
2nd or 9th. What do you guys, Howard and,
16th, Umi's gone.
oh, sorry, 2nd
September.
or 16th, Howard, Richard, do you have a preference?
I don't have anything scheduled that far ahead, so no.
Do you have do we have any locations? that
I'd
we-
also be open, but can we wait for the other two directors to have a voice in it? The ones that are missing?
We could.
Or do we need to make
The
a
challenge is if
selection
we want to
today?
book, this is where we've gotten caught, booking any pavilions or anything like that, we gotta do pretty quickly here, so.
Okay,
But we can finalize the.
then
two-
proceed.
Nobody cares.
Well, where do you guys wanna have?
Puerto Beach.
Puipu? Okay. They have the large pavilion, we can look into that.
Anybody got membership at the Athletic Club? The
No.
pool and all around there.
Yeah,
That would be fun too.
no connections.
Athletic club,
Yeah,
like the
yeah.
KAC, the gym?
Where you had the
Puerto Beach.
Oh.
awards dinner.
Oh, it was over there.
With Athletic Club. Yeah.
Is that like a real
Uh,
suggestion? You want me to look into it?
yeah.
We can look into it, but
Oh,
picnic is supposed to be cheap and,
golf
and, like, you know,
That might
grilling
not be
burgers.
We had the golf
Yeah.
course here once too. That
They're
was
still
nice.
not available.
No.
No, they still don't have a bathroom. That's what we're waiting on.
We traveled.
Okay, so Puerto Beach we'll look at first. Okay, and then the date, August, no date yet? They didn't, no thing for the 16th, I guess. Okay.
16th
Yes.
of
Very tentative.
Maybe when you call venues, just ask about both. Okay, 16 being the preferred.
Okay. And Puerto Beach, that's in online. I think it's. I'll show you that. Okay. Thanks, Howard.
Okay. Sorry. Where are we?
The HACD meeting.
HACD meeting. Thank you.
You guys voted on 2 people, but I don't think you've selected 2 people yet.
Where's that at? Waikiki or something like that?
Well, the hotel will be at the Ala Moana, but the meeting will be in Manoa. Yeah. Somewhere. I don't remember exactly where. I just know somewhere around the college.
Neil Todd and
Huh?
Neil Carr.
Yeah, we'd have to have the car, yes. So, and the 24th is the fly-in for the evening, and then Friday is when you leave. So 27th. Any takers yet?
I would like to be last on the list.
I'll be second to last.
You guys realize you're probably it then. Richard, are you at all able to?
Negative.
Sorry?
Negative. No, thank you.
Okay, we'll talk to Adam
Adam
and
and
David and see
There's
if
only
they,
2
if they
left,
can.
so
We'll see if they
let them
can.
know that
He's associate.
they were selected.
Tiffany already said she couldn't. She said too many kids. So, okay, we'll talk to Adam and David.
Okay. Moving on then. Other business, office space update. I don't know if we already did that.
Yep.
Review and update contact list.
You don't have that with you, do you? But only Amy's here anyway, so. We'll email that out. We'll just email it out to them to double check it.
What is that? Just our personal, the director's contact?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's public to anybody that,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Grants and funding. Jenny?
Yeah, as I said, the urban and community grant is on hold. If we find out more information, we can talk about it then. The feral swine grant, we're gonna be kind of plowing ahead over the next month, and then next week we have a meeting with the subcommittee to finalize the selection process. And then we'll be scheduling meetings with directors after Brian and I finish the site visits and compiling that information for everybody. The kind of combined with the NACD technical assistance grants kind of combined with the NSCS agreement. We have a meeting this Thursday at 2 o'clock to discuss what we'd like to include in that grant. This one includes our subcommittee, plus Jenna with as the NRCS office representative, and then from that point, we would then go up further to discuss it. And the NRCS agreement most likely is not gonna happen, but we're still going through the process. Because also the NACD technical assistant grant gets approved by NRCS as well. So it's good to have them in the loop regardless. Or if we end up seeking out other funding resources and so on and so forth, or identifying other funding resources. So, yeah. And then County of Kauai, everything was submitted for 2025 and we'll be submitting for 2026, hopefully in July.
What are we I mean, how much?
75,000.
And how long has it been at 75,000?
It's been like that for 6 years. 2019 is when it went up.
We have plans on asking for more
Yes.
for
But
2026.
Errol had, in his mind, we were hoping we could, seek funding with the NRCS to kind of show that there's a match of some
Right,
sort
right.
and then
Oh,
do the
yeah.
increase that way.
Mhm.
So we'll have to come up with some strategies on how to ask. Yeah, and as well as other possible grant avenues.
Yeah.
Yep. And then that's it. Oh, and the Department of Water grant, we requested, that's submitted, but we haven't gotten a check yet, and we did increase the dollar amount, so. That's good.
So real quick, Corey said she is available and would like to come to SWCD meetings. So since you guys are.
What is that?
Corey,
No, what is SWC?
Oh,
you
district
guys,
meetings,
Soil and
yeah.
Water Conservation
Oh.
District. Yeah, these meetings.
Oh,
So since you guys are gonna
like
have,
online?
yeah, I'd be surprised if they approved travel. But maybe for the June meeting, then both boards can come with questions for her.
Do we need to invite her
You can tell me and I'll invite her.
for the Zoom meeting? That sounds like a good time.
Yeah. I apologize. I'm apologizing to the wrong board, but I forgot to mention it yesterday too. Just trying to visit with all the boards.
Yeah, I'd like an update. And stuff.
Yeah, and then you can ask questions directly and everyone can hear the same thing at the same time.
Sounds good. Hey, Howard.
Well,
Oh.
like, we need more funding,
Mhm.
so how do we go about approaching the state for more funding?
And I think that's gonna depend on what department we're gonna try to work with.
That's what yeah.
So I think that's
So,
gonna be some strategizing.
I guess like DLNR is still pretty heavy with land grazing and ranching and stuff, but they are
much on
not
Kauai.
okay, not
It's
so
all
much on
ADC
Kauai.
now.
So
It's
ADC
ADC or
would
Department of
probably
Water.
be the better
Mhm.
partner than at DLNR, right? Because they don't seem to want to
Yeah.
be a part of that.
Exactly. DLNR wants to give us the small.
So when can we approach or get a letter out to Wendy?
As soon as you'd like.
Who's gonna be responsible for that?
That would be us
Alright.
and you
Okay,
and the board.
okay.
ACD?
ABC, Agribusiness Development Corps, and Wendy Gady is the director.
It'd probably be good to actually set up a meeting with a few of the directors and us to talk with her directly. I think it might be easier than just sending a letter,
Okay,
unless you think a
I
letter
will
would be
send her
better.
an email asking if she's gonna be on Kauai.
I have her
Mhm.
email.
Or would you like
I have her
to
contact.
set up that contact?
I've talked to her a few times.
Yeah, she's been over here a few
Yeah.
times already.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we should try to do that sooner
Yep.
than later.
Yep, let's do it.
And that's it, right? We need more funding.
Yeah, we need more funding.
Speaking of which, if there's no other business,
It's the district operations is next.
okay. So
I don't know what you were gonna say if that fits in there.
yeah,
Howard, go ahead.
No, is that it on funding?
Yep,
Okay. So is that district operations discussion?
that's now happening.
Okay.
Which kind of
Not-
is tied to that, but a couple things with the district operations is we do need to develop a working plan to kind of help with discussing how we want to move forward with funding as well. So that'll be a good time to have that discussion as well. A letter to ADC can happen now. We've already talked about it, but that will be, yeah, when we'd like to talk about basically the goal for the next year. So, and what kinds of funding and that kind of thing. So
Is there a sample working plan I could see?
the only one I have is this massive, like 30-page thing. So I can try looking and I might
I'll
ask,
ask
I'll
them.
ask a couple districts to see if they have something.
There's
Because
something.
one is a working plan with a
So
short term
you're
and a
saying
strategic plan
yeah,
with a bigger
you're
one,
saying a 1 year
Yeah.
working plan,
just to kind of
which is
keep us
just an
going.
outline basically of
And we can
obligations.
use the one that we submit to the county because it has 60 to 75% of everything already in there. And then
You
just,
work from there.
yeah, we can use that one.
Okay. Can I see that?
And this also includes scheduling a meeting with Michelle. I tried and failed, so I'm going to actively try harder this week. Lots been going on the last couple weeks. So that's at least what I have for district operations discussion.
I'll just add that at the East Board meeting I had, once Jonathan, mentioned that he's no longer gonna be with the NRCS, I inquired if there was any room, pay-wise, to bring on another district planner. Jonathan's not only a top-notch human being, but, a value to our office.
Yeah.
So I had just asked if there was anything we could do to keep somebody on island who's worth it. And Errol said he's gonna look into the finances to see if maybe there's some part-time hours there available or something else. So just wanted to bring it up with the West Board to let you know we're trying to retain talent.
That sounds like a good idea. I hope we can find funding for that. So guess we'll see about that or what Eric comes up with.
Yeah, he'll want to meet with Howard and Ed, I think, at some point too. So
It's a great idea.
Yeah, we don't need less resources here. We need
right.
more.
So things are getting stripped pretty bad.
Yeah,
Mm.
that's all I got.
Okay, good. Employee management director.
There's just a placeholder that'll be on here so that if you have any comments or updates,
Yeah.
Him or Craig.
him or Craig, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I just kind of figuring things out right now. We have our next meeting with the employees next week and then hopefully by then we have our district manager in position, or at least closer, not next week, but and then we can work from there. I think a lot of it relies on this working plan and getting stuff in writing. And I think that's where we're lacking the most, is that we don't have anything in writing. So it's hard to say anything. And so that's what we need to get in place.
I can ask our management and strategy, because there are certain things that are expectations just for working in the USDA space. So, and that's just regardless of position. So I can ask for.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. If because if you're working in NRCS space, definitely is probably required to follow the policy.
Because I know when we do our onboarding, we're all exposed to that, but we're not required because we have two different checklists for onboarding partner LCS, and so it's not part of the partner onboarding. But I'll ask him and ask for a copy of.
Yeah, I'd like to see. If we can backtrack a second, office space at the county. I talked to Ed had wrangled me. So he said number 3 office space, right? But what if we could ask in our increase of funds for an office space?
Ask.
So we don't need a big area. We just need on space.
Yeah, we can ask.
If we had our own office, would we still have access to all of the equipment, or would we need another agreement?
It would be a separate agreement.
But it could be an unfunded agreement, right? So those are still going through, right? Alright.
Yeah, there's actually a lot of talk. That would be something that Corey would talk about, is getting that in place for the.
Cause like our
equipment
one is
and
outdated
software.
and definitely needs to be updated on
Yeah.
that, so, and that's the only concern I have with getting our own office is are we gonna have the same access to the computer and the software
And
that
the
we need?
software, yeah,
And so that's a question for Corey.
Yep.
yeah.
Okay.
And
I'll
then
put it
access,
for-
Corey
access
slash
to the,
JD.
Yeah, okay, so,
and also access then to, the experts, like the agronomists and the forester and all those things.
mhm,
Planning and stuff, IT.
yeah. Okay, that was all.
Thanks, Amy, for stepping up on that.
So I have.
Can you guys hear me?
I have.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
can hear you.
Thanks, Amy, for stepping up on that.
Yeah. Hey, but
You did that on purpose? I had an idea, yesterday. Is that the end of the agenda? Is it okay if I bring something up?
Just announcements.
So with NRCS, we have a lot of opportunity as like individuals, employees, like in our private lives, to get huge discounts for like, field gear and like, stuff like a lot of my like field clothes, I sign up for like pro deals and I get them really cheap. I was thinking the districts, I don't think have the same opportunity since they're not federal. It's just an idea. And I thought of this after the meeting yesterday, but what if there was some sort of stipend for employees for or work attire? Just to kind of make sure everybody has what they need. Just an idea. If you don't like it, it's fine. I just thought I'd mention it.
Yeah, I think about it. I think I had that thought too.
put a lot of,
Just
It'd
for
be
shirts.
easier for us to handle it than to, put that burden on our staff or our employees.
but that
We
comes down
just
to
wish-
funding.
We just wear
But it
shorts
also
or
comes down to
whatever.
funding.
Right.
Yeah, but then we can maybe include it in an NRCS agreement.
No, unfortunately, it's not one of the things.
No,
No,
well,
they're pretty strict about
about that kind.
of what's on the agreements.
Yeah,
and what they
it has to
reimburse
be
for.
focused on farm bill stuff.
Yeah, especially in recent years, it's like tooth and nail in terms of putting things in those agreements.
mm.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna fight this time because it seems like we are in a higher position of power, or we have the most to offer in this partnership.
Mm.
Hopefully we do.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Budget. Okay, Howard.
Okay, is that it?
Yeah, just announcements. Announcements.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah. Is any announcements or is that it?
just the grant subcommittee meetings on Thursday at 2.